Hello, my name is Chris and I will look at the 2022 Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid. We get the all-equipped SX model. Pricing in Quebec, taxes and rebates included is $59,000. The specs are the following: 19-inch wheels, LEDs everywhere, panoramic sunroof, trailer lighting pre-wire, 6-passenger captain chairs, leather heated and cooled seats, 10.25-inch infotainment, Bose sound system, wireless CarPlay and Auto with wireless phone charger, advanced smart cruise control, heads-up display, 12.3-inch digital dash, and LED interior lighting. The engine is a 1.6-liter turbo direct fuel injection. With the electric motor, net output is 227 horsepower and 258 pounds of torque with a 6-speed automatic and 51 kilometers of electric-only range. I like the plug-in hybrid powertrain because it combines the best of both worlds: zero anxiety of the gas engine and the economy and torque of the electric motor. This is a less sophisticated powertrain, as in the winter the engine is used to heat the cabin, presumably using the coolant like a regular car. Here it is on the road.
Hello car lovers, driving the 2022 Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid, all-equipped model. What to say about this vehicle? Well, I am pleasantly surprised. I think highly of Kia, and I think many of its qualities are reflected in this plug-in hybrid. It's got 51 kilometers of range. I would have liked 60, but 51 ain't too shabby. What is the edge? What is the purpose of this vehicle? Well, I mean, it's the fuel economy in city driving. I mean, if you are an urban mouse, this is the vehicle to have in terms of just driving around. I mean, 51 kilometers doesn't sound like a lot, but in city driving in traffic, it represents almost perhaps about 2 hours of driving sometimes. So you are getting quite a bit, and you're going to save a lot of money because in the city, these vehicles do 15, 16, 17, 18 liters per 100 kilometers. So every day, you're saving about 10 bucks of gas if you have a city routine, which is not non-negligible. So from a cost perspective, it's interesting. Of course, from an environmental perspective, if that's your thing, it's interesting. A few plug-in hybrid notes. The heating system seems to have difficulty getting up to speed. You got to turn that fan speed up quite a bit. And it's a cold day here, so there's that. Of course, in cold weather, your range is going to be diminished. There's that. If you don't have a place to plug in your vehicle, and this is kind of like the paradox with these vehicles, is that they're wonderful city vehicles. However, if you live in the city, the chances are that you live in a house and that you have access to a charging unit on your land. The chances are low. And in Quebec at least, which means if you don't have a place to charge, you're on the electric circuit, which sucks. I find it really sucks. They're selling it like it's a wonderful thing. It isn't. You've got to wait. You know, it costs a lot of money now. They've raised the prices. So I'm not sure about that. Just in terms of pure convenience, who's going to do it, right? You're just going to leave it drive in hybrid mode. So that's kind of interesting. However, if you do live in a house and you're plugged in, well, this is an standalone vehicle. There's no range anxiety. There's none of that. So, I mean, if you run out of battery, the gas engine kicks in and it's wonderful. Ross makes the remark that while you're in hybrid mode, it isn't quite as efficient as other plug-in hybrids. Good point. However, I think the powertrain is a very smooth operator, as are all these plug-in hybrids that I've driven. Very smooth. This one feels so substantial. I mean, if you don't hear the engine, you swear you have a solid V6 engine with electric torque. It's really good stuff when you're driving in the city at low speeds, right? When you get on the highway and you come to accelerate, the limits show themselves, all right? But however, driving in the city, it really feels substantial, torquey. A few notes about this interior. Once again, this is a point from Ross that he made, and I agree with him. The look is very high level. It looks very modern. It's very satisfying to look at. It is very satisfying to interact with. Things have this classic Kia ergonomic, meaning easy enough to use. The Bose sound system is very good, excellent even. Listening to talk radio before, the sounds were so clear, filling up the cabin without being too loud. It was really a good sound experience. However, some of the materials are very average in terms of their quality, of the materials. However, it looks good all put together, right? So it's something to think about. However, on the base model, you kind of like feel it less because, right, you expect that base models to have kind of like cheapish plastic. However, when you're paying full price, I don't know, it becomes noticeable. The comfort is very good in this vehicle. I'm feeling pretty good in these seats. On the highway, very quiet. Took it out before for quite some time on the highway. It was very quiet. We could hear ourselves talk. So it is a good mid-size crossover experience. And that 51 kilometers of range is, at least in terms of 3 seasons, you're going to get pretty good efficiency, especially if you're doing a lot of city driving. So, very interesting product. One last thing, Ross makes the remark that unlike the Toyota RAV4 plug-in hybrid, this one is actually available in the dealerships, right? So you may buy it by default, right? If you don't want to, like, you're going to Toyota dealers and you're waiting, like, there's like over a year wait, right? Which is another way of saying they don't know when they'll get it. So if you want one of these vehicles now and it can't wait, and you can't cross-shop the RAV4, which I have to say the interior is not as good as this vehicle for the RAV4, and I would argue that yes, the RAV4 is faster and has a bit more range, but it only has a bit more range. So there's that to think about. Of course, you don't have the bank vault reliability of Toyota. So if you plan on keeping this vehicle 15, 20 years, certainly Toyota is a much better buy in that level. However, this vehicle, highly recommendable because it does have the alternate powertrain, and the alternate powertrain does deliver, and it delivers in a refined way, and you don't feel cheaped out anywhere else. And those are my thoughts. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course you should subscribe. And that is it.